What's up, my crypto legends? The Bitcoin price here on the daily is holding here by a thread from this uptrend support line. As you can see, we have closed daily candles above this support line every single time. Is this the moment that we are going to break down, or are we going to manage to hold and have a recovery? This is something that I want to talk about, because if we break down, I'm going to show you a major important level where we could get a huge massive bounce and we could see a swing failure pattern, just like what we saw here or what we saw here. So make sure to stay tuned. In this episode, we're going to analyze the levels here, zooming in on the 2-hourly chart. We also want to take a look at the DXY and also Bitcoin price, because there is a correlation. When the DXY bottoms, the Bitcoin price tops. When the DXY tops, the Bitcoin price bottoms. We're going to analyze this situation here, looking at the charts with the DXY and Bitcoin to see what could happen in the next coming months. So make sure to stay tuned. Hello there, Andy here. Welcome back to another episode of Bitcoinsensus. New to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Daily TA on Bitcoin crypto, also the live streams, connect with the community. Not financial advisor, do not buy or sell anything that I say, and if you do so, do your own research. Let's dive in here straight into the chart, guys, because what I want to show you here is that we are basically holding by a thread. And a quick reminder, if this video gets over 2,500 likes, you comment down below, you are eligible for a giveaway in Bitcoin. Okay, so let's dive in. Quick reminder, we have been closing daily candles above this support line. As you can see, it looks like that we're kind of holding by a thread. But we also, if we do connect these two wicks, okay, we do still have some room to fall slightly lower, still to create higher lows. I'm pretty neutral at this point. I have no trades open on Bitcoin because I'm pretty neutral. We could actually have a massive recovery from this range, or we could actually drop down to this level. But if we do drop, there is a very interesting level that I am taking a look at, and this is the $37,760 range. This is a major daily level, okay, where we very, very likely could get a bounce from this region. This is the daily chart. As you can see, this purple horizontal line, I've got it here as a daily open and close from the 13th and 14th of March. And if I go to the weekly, we can clearly see that we do have 4 candles opening and closing here at this level, $37,760 range, okay, plus minus a few dollars because of the volatility. Of course, this doesn't mean that we're going to stop exactly at this level. If we drop there, we might have a slight wick beneath it and then potentially getting a big bounce. Now, also, if we take a look at the daily, if we do drop, potentially tomorrow or after tomorrow, I don't know if we are going to drop there, but if we do, I think that this level might hold very nicely for a potential big bounce, potential scalp or day trade at that range. We are also having this higher low from this wick trend line, as you can see. So in between, today and tomorrow and, the next couple of days, if we do come down, hit those levels, we've got this trend line as support, and we've got also the daily and weekly level here at this range. So this is something that we need to pay attention. Okay, if we do get that drop, I might be longing that area for a potential day trade or small swing trade, because I do think that we might have a pretty nice bounce to go to much higher levels, potentially to the levels that we are today right now. Let's zoom in here on the 2-hourly chart, because the bump and run scenario that we were eyeing a few days ago, okay, completely failed as support. As you can see, broke down. But as you can see, this trend line here from these lower highs was big support, big resistance, okay? As you can see, resistance with the lower highs, big support here, big consolidation. But when we dropped down and went sideways to this range, you can see it is big resistance. Also, it is having a fall every time we touch the trend line from these lower highs. So let me just zoom in here on the chart, because the reason why I'm pretty neutral here, and I'm not going to short the market, okay, because we are we basically at a major support level. I'm not interested in shorting support, because if I zoom out here, remember, a lot of people bearish at this range. I was pretty bullish at this area. This is why I actually longed this 39K level. But right now we are retesting it again. Yeah, it is looking pretty weak, okay? Every time you retest it, it is very likely it could break. But it could also hold, okay, for the third time and get a big, massive bounce. Reason why I'm not shorting is because of this massive VPVR level, big support range. Reason why I'm not longing is because we have retested it now for the third time. So I'm pretty neutral at this range. So nothing to do here. If we do drop, like I said, there's an important weekly level at the 37.7k range, okay, where I might be very interested in potentially longing that area. Not much to add here in the immediate short term, okay. We're just sitting at this major support range. There are some signs here of strength from the bulls, because as you can see on the 2 hourly, the 1 hourly, or even the 4 hourly, it doesn't really matter. We can just go to the 2 hourly just to show you how this daily level is acting as insane support. This is another reason why we could actually, get that bounce from this level. Look how many times we have bounced from this green horizontal line. You might think, what is that green horizontal line, Andy? Please explain. Well, I'm going to explain right now. You can see we've wicked below it. Now, I mean, this was just about an hour or 2 hours ago, and we are getting, that big bounce. We wicked below this low, so it looks like it might be a swing failure pattern. We could get a recovery here. It is very, very possible. I'm not very interested, as I see that we are piercing, many times at this range. So it's getting weaker and weaker also. So it's a 50-50 for me. But let me just, zoom out here on the daily and explain you why this is such an important level, why we have been bouncing so many times. Well, it's this one right over here from the 15th and the 16th of March, where we do have the close and open of a daily level. And this is why we are basically getting these bounces from this range that could hold very, very nicely, in the next coming hours. And remember, if you are an experienced trader, down below my favorite swing trading platform, Bybit, you get an insane bonus up to $4,620 that you can claim by using my link in the description in the rewards hub on your profile. My favorite day trading platform to trade different assets such as S&P 500, oil, gold. You got a huge bunch of assets using Bitcoin or any other crypto as collateral, such as Ethereum and USDT. You get 7% added to your initial deposit. You deposit $1,000, you get $70 to trade with. You deposit $10,000, you're getting $700 to trade with, up to $7,000. Okay, all the info is down below in the description. You also got full video tutorials to learn how to use these platforms. Another thing that I want to point out here from this scenario, taking a look at this ascending channel, just pay attention here because this is pretty powerful. If we do see in the next coming days that major drop, maybe $1,000, $2,000, maybe hitting that 37.7k major level from this horizontal daily and weekly, and these higher lows from the wicks. If we do drop down there, the reason why I think we could have a potential drop is because of this. And if we have a major bounce, it will be potentially on the daily, on that same day. This is why it's a day trade. We could get that major bounce. Let me just show you 2 examples that did happen this year where we did create this low. As you can see, we had a low and we had one daily wick coming down and closing well above this low over here. As you can see, a big major bounce, swing failure pattern. We continued to the upside. Now we also had right over here on February, this low over here, as you can see, with the wick, and we did drop down below and had a massive recovery on that same day. This is the daily chart. These are daily candles. So this is why I think that if we do see this kind of scenario, a potential big recovery is very possible inside that same day, where we're going to drop below the lows here of 38.8, have a major drop, hit that 37.7 and potentially have a big massive recovery. This is how this works. All right, get everyone extremely bearish. We're going to go to 35k, 33k, or even lower. And when you see this kind of price action, you get these big massive wicks, guys, and you potentially could get that bounce from that 37.7. Just something that I wanted to point out, just in case you get extremely bearish at those levels and start shorting here on the drop. You do not want to do that. You do not want to short here. You do not want to short here. You definitely don't want to short right here. In my personal opinion, can we drop like this? Yes, of course. But if you want to be a good trader, it's not the way you want to do it. It's like longing, at this range. Yeah, of course, this is not, it's not what you want to do. Anyway, let's dive in here straight into Bitcoin chart and also the DXY, because it's pretty curious here how the DXY has been pumping like crazy since May of last year. Let's just keep it on June right over here. As you can see, June of 2021, the DXY has been pumping like crazy, the US dollar. And Bitcoin, has been going kind of sideways. All right, we haven't dropped down below $30,000. We did back in May, which was the low. So now the DXY has been pumping like crazy, for the last year exactly. And Bitcoin is above 30,000. It is above, the lows that we did create when the DXY bottomed. And if we go back in history, okay, when the DXY topped, as you can see, in early 2017, Bitcoin went into a massive big bull run, hitting that $20,000 range, slightly below $20,000. When it peaked, what happened? We had the DXY bottoming out, as you can see here, in early 2018. It went into a massive rally all the way till March of 2020. Remember, March of 2020, we did see a big spike on the DXY, okay, as you can see on this chart, and the BTC price and a lot of assets had a massive collapse. And this means that the DXY topped, as you can see, massive, big, everybody's scared, getting dollars, okay, out of assets, and lots of assets dropping, such as Bitcoin. What happened here? DXY topped and then had a massive collapse till May of 2021. This is when Bitcoin was at its peak, okay, in April, May, hitting that 65K levels, and then had the collapse. DXY bottomed. But this case is a little bit different at this moment because we are actually above the lows, okay, that we did create when the DXY bottomed, which is very, very strange. When we usually see the DXY pumping like crazy, like it is happening right now, you want to see Bitcoin collapsing. So is there much more room for Bitcoin to drop lower? Are we near the bottom? This is the thing, guys. I think a lot of people are confused at this moment because it is true that the DXY can pump slightly higher. We are hitting a major resistance line from lower highs. Could we break it and then see Bitcoin potentially going to 30,000 or even dipping below $30,000? And if that happens, I can tell you already, Bitcoin will be very, very close to the bottom once we see that kind of price action. Guys, this is going to be it for today's update. Make sure to stay tuned, subscribe to the channel. Tomorrow's Monday. Let's see that volatility. I'll be doing another video update for potential scenarios and what could happen, and also a live stream for the community. Check out Bitcoinsensus website for the latest news and technical analysis idea. Free educational channel here, website down below in the description. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.